All right, Shalom Akim. First and foremost, want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father and His Son by their true names, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to my Akim of Great Millstone pushing this truth throughout the four corners. Shalom. And I got this on Google, you know, looking at, you know, um, events that happened that was going on in the landmass of Ham, which is today called Africa. You know, just looking at different, from geography perspective and things like that. Just what was going on back then. You know, because in order to, when you're going into certain scriptures, you need to know well, you need to know the history. Because secular history, you know, in the scriptures, they go together, you know. And once you have both of them, is no one can come up to you and confound you or anything or try to prove you a liar or anything like that. I'm gonna try to zoom in, right there. It says I focus on this definition. It said white man's burden. We're gonna get the scriptures after this. This gonna be real quick. White man's burden. It was the white man's burden to spread European civilization to all regions. The idea has provided a foundation for African development and has proven resilient. The Christians were missionaries that bearers of the white man's burden by spreading religion. Christianity helped to prove a spiritual, which they line on that part, conceptual framework of reference for Europe's sense of destiny. And you notice at the end it said Europe's sense of destiny, talking about Esau, so-called white man. All right, Esau, the so-called white man, sense of destiny. Which like Islam and Christianity, those are just political moves by Esau, the so-called white man. You know, well they Slakia, they're just political moves. And Esau, you know, in Africa, Esau was playing that divide and conquer, you know, and slipped my mind what I was about to say, but yeah, that was a political move, and Esau, he has his hand, in every nation, under the sun. Esau forces his laws on every nation under the sun. You know, and we're about to get that. And this also, Salaki, yeah, it came back to me. It came back to me, but I meant to say that Christianity, which it branched off from the Roman Catholic Church. All right, and you can look this word up, Vatican, and word Vatican just mean serpent like prophet. All right, so Christianity, it branches off from the Roman Catholic Church. All right, and let's get to the precept real quick. We're not gonna get all into it, but we're gonna just get 12 and 13. Revelation 17, 12 and 13. And the 10 horns which thou sawest are 10 kings which have received no kingdom as yet, but receive power as kings 1 hour with the beast, and the 10 horns going into the European Union, the EU, which we nicknamed the Edomite Union, okay? Because it's the European Union, it's a bunch of Edomites, all right, so-called white people, all right? But you know, the EU, the European Union, which when you read when you continue to read on in Revelation 17, it tells you that the European Union, is going to turn against America, you know, and that landmass over there in Israel, all right, over there in the Middle East, America and Israel, the landmass, not the actual people, all right. What I mean by the actual people, I'm talking about the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right. But you know, America and the landmass over there uh, in Israel, is going to be desolate because missiles are going to be shot over there, and over here. All right, and uh, these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right, and that's what you see with that's basically what the EU, European Union is. That NATO and EU. All right. It say these have one mind and shall give their power and strength unto the beast. All right, NATO and EU, the beast system. But it's crumbling. It's falling apart. All right. Let me see. Salaki Akim. Precept. This Daniel 2:43, and whereas thou sawest iron mixed with merry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, but they shall not cleave one to another, even as iron is not mixed with clay. All right, and going back, going into these other nations, Esau, Esau got his hand in the cookie jar, so to speak. All these nations pretty much, because Esau, the so-called white man, you know, which goes back to Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, he's Esau. He's sitting in the power seat. All right, all these nations got to ultimately answer to Esau. You know, and it says, go read it again. And whereas thou sawest iron mixed with merry clay, they shall mingle themselves with the seeds of men. All right, and Esau laws and his government systems and his banking system and Esau, so-called white man, his banking system, his religion, his military is all over the earth. His influences, he in all over the earth. You know, um, but eventually, they World War III is going to kick off. Because you had the Brexit, and you got other European Union nations banding together, forming, getting, they making nuclear warheads, and practicing, and so they're getting ready for World War III. There's no doubt about that. And we're gonna get to the next precept. Isaiah 47:9, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment and one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. All right, and if you go to Psalms 83rd chapter, it tells you which the nation, the nationality of those people, which they're still on the earth today. You got Esau trying to lie and stuff, and trying to make himself not to be Esau, which he's clearly Esau, the so-called white man. But they use the multitude of their sorceries and greater and their enchantments. They're confederate against Israel, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, and people may get it confused with the landmass of Israel. We're not talking about the physical landmass. We're talking about the people, the true Israelites. All right, but that was my last verse. I'm gonna read that thing that here you go. It said white man's burden. It was the white man's burden to spread European civilization to all regions. All right, the ideal has provided a foundation for African development and has proven resilient. The Christians were missionaries that bearers of the white man's burden. By spreading religion, Christianity helped to provide a spiritual, conceptual framework of reference to Europe's sense of destiny. All right, all right. So you can pause the video and things like that, but that was pretty much it. Rewatch it. It's not alive, but Lord willing, it was edifying. Want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Heavenly Father and the Son by their true names, Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakwadash, and double honors to the elder apostles of Great Millstone, who rule and teach well, and honors and salutations to all my Akim, a great millstone, who pushing this truth throughout the four corners, in truth and sincerity. And till next time, Shalom.